Hello everybody, one feature of the channel this year is going to be my football club, Birmingham City Football Club. Going to kind of review after each game. So started the season last night against Ipswich at home. Had a bit of time overnight to think about it. My reflections are, first and foremost, from half an hour before kick-off, we made it hostile at St Andrews. That's what we do well. We make a hostile atmosphere. We don't welcome teams. We make it horrible for them to play. Like Chris Davies said of the Newcastle game, teams can't wait to get out of there quick enough. I thought for 70-80% of the game, we were the best team. Played some good football, carried on that brand of football that we had in League One last year. Possession, slick movement. Bright Samuel looks brilliant on his debut. Kojo looks brilliant on his debut. I think he's going to be making some runs. He's very fast. He's very alert. He's constantly there to pick up scraps and pounce on the last defender and the goalkeeper. So encouraged by that. Encouraged by the way we played. In the first half, I don't see how the referees giving that foul for Kojo against the defender. You look at the size of Kojo and you look at the size of the defender. I don't know how he's given that, but great finish by Kojo nonetheless. Another thing I was really impressed with is, as we know, the standard of referees at these lower levels isn't great. But you know what? We played to the whistle. Instead of previously with Blues teams years ago, we'd have seen like losing of heads and arguing with the lino and the ref and almost stopping doing what we're doing. We didn't last night. Every time a decision went against us, we were just like, okay, we'll carry on playing then. We'll carry on doing what we're doing straight away. You know, we didn't get caught up in the bad decisions. The referee was awful. Let's be honest, the referee was awful. The penalty in the 95th minute that Ipswich got, I don't know. I can see the arguments from the referee in terms of Lyndon Dykes' hands were high, but ultimately the ball was headed onto his arm. He wasn't even looking at the ball. He wasn't looking in that direction. He had his back to it. I suspect if VAR was in place, they'd have overruled it. But at the same time, when you've got your arms that high, you can see the referee's logic by the letter of the law and the letter of the rules. But yeah, that wasn't a handball really. It was a very harsh penalty to have been given against us. And I know they say, unnatural arm movement. What's he meant to do? Jump like a fish with his hands at his sides, and jump up for a header that way. It's not going to happen. Your arms are always going to be in the air. So I don't necessarily agree with that rule, but it is what it is. So two reflections. Before kick-off, I said to my dad, I'll take a point, good solid start. So yeah, I'd have took a point, but obviously it feels like a defeat when you're losing a dying minutes to a harsh penalty. Other reflection is, if we can play like we did and make the atmosphere like we did last night throughout the season at home, there ain't going to be many teams that come to us and manage to get 3 points, if any. I think we played one of the best teams in the division attacking-wise last night and we outplayed them, so that's encouraging. The main reflection I have is that I think there's an argument for a conversation to be had about VAR in the EFL Championship. I think when you look at the money on offer for promotion, £100 million for promotion to the Premier League, I think you've got to have VAR, to get those decisions right when there's so much at stake. I think there needs to be a conversation had, and I think there needs to be a VAR in the EFL Championship. But we move on. We've got Sheffield United on Wednesday night in the Cup. That'll be another good test against another good Championship side. I suspect we'll put Beadle in goal because now you see goalkeepers at a second choice being promised cup games. It might rotate a little bit as well because we've got a tough away day at Blackburn next week. So yeah, on to the Sheffield United game and keep right on. Please like and subscribe to the channel.